Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Justin and you're on, Fast Entrepreneur. That's right, making another Truebit video. Why? Because, well, we're gonna have a little celebration, but there's a lot more room to grow, so let's not get ahead of ourselves. But as long as you guys keep watching the videos, you keep liking the videos, I appreciate it. Maybe I'll keep making them. All right, let's get right into it. And as always, not financial advice. You always got to do your own research. And if you do like this content, subscribe to the channel. We're trying to build a kind of a team here, a family, where we can all help each other in this crazy world of crypto. All right, let's get right to it. So, if you've been following my videos, you know I've been very, bullish on Truebit. For months and months and months. And for a while, it was just consolidating around 20 to 40 cent range. It has broken out. And I think at the time of this shooting, we're probably, somewhere around 70, 80 cents. Now, let's put this in perspective, because I think the big question maybe that a lot of people have, and even I sometimes maybe ask myself is, well, is it too late? Is it too late to buy? And here's the way I go about that question. The short answer, I would say, is no. And I'll tell you my reasoning and how I think about this. Listen, obviously it'd be great if you got to buy at 20 cents or 30 cents. It'd be great if you got 40, 50 cents. But when I look at the upside potential of a project like Truebit compared with the risk, and that's the big, this thing to me, this thing seems like it makes sense. And I've said that in a lot of my other videos. This just makes sense. This is going to help not only scale up the major problem, that we're seeing in blockchain today, the scalability issue, but it's going to not only do it on, Ethereum. I can see this just all blockchains. This is a computational layer. This is pretty cool technology. Smart guys way over my head. Great team. Some, previous Ethereum previous Ethereum co-founders. All right, you know what I think it's time for? You guys know. Let's do it. I like the Truebit. I like the Truebit. Woo! Had to get that out of my system. All right, that's the celebration. Now here's the deal. I think it's way too early to celebrate. And if there's anything that I've learned in the crypto land, nothing's for real until you realize it, right? So, you ain't made profit until you're taking profit. And so I think when I'm thinking about Truebit, just the technology, everything makes sense. It seems like a very, just kind of that rock solid, long-term narrative that I love. And when I look at, the market cap, okay, so where do I see this potentially going? Well, obviously, depending on a lot of factors, depends on this current bull run, how long the current bull run goes, yada, yada, yada. But, Truebit right now is like, I don't know, probably somewhere around $250 million, okay, market cap. And just a little quick math, right? A 10x puts it at a 2.5 billion. And a 100x puts it at a 25 billion. And a 1000x, well, you get the picture. So the question is how big and how much potential do you think that something like Truebit really has? And that might dictate your answer of whether it's too early or too late here to buy. So, and for folks that are new, if you want to make the big gains, you have to be early. And it's a very short, quick explanation, but it's so powerful, and I think a lot of people fail to grasp that. If you're looking at a coin and you say, oh, I think this is going to be a 500x coin, right? Means every dollar you put in turns into $500 at the end, right? If you cash out perfectly, okay. If you don't get the perfect entry point at the bottom, right, and it just doubles a little bit, right? So in Truebit's case, let's say you didn't get it at 20 cents and you think it was a 500x potential from that bottom, but then it went to 40 cents. That one little doubling, that increase of 20 cents right at the beginning, just chopped potentially those gains in half. So instead of a 500x, you went to a 250x, and it literally could have happened, in a matter of days, like with a coin like Truebit, because it doesn't, well, not because, but it doesn't mean you can't be investing, or you can't be, or you're too late. Obviously, you've got to do your own research. But if you hop onto a train after it's already left the station, yeah, could you get to the destination of where you're looking to go? Absolutely, right? The train is pretty much headed that way unless something stops it in its path. But the people that packed their bags early, they got the best seats on the train. If that analogy, makes any bit of sense. All right, I think it's time for one more. Sing it with me. I like to Truebit. I like to Truebit. I like to Truebit. Sing it, Truebit. All right. So that's the way I look at it. So let's just, for giggles here, okay? Let's say that this was maybe you said, okay, you run the numbers and you think maybe this could have been a 500x coin. From the bottom, we'll call 20 cents to make the math easy, okay? So if that's true, by the time it reaches $1, it's already gone 5x, which means that 500x potential slashed by a factor of 5. So now you're looking at 100x potential. Now, personally, I said 500x from the bottom. I think Truebit's probably even maybe got a larger potential than that, especially over the long term. But I'm trying to be realistic here. So you really got to decide, that starting point and that ending point, what you feel is, realistic, whatever your given time frame is, and, and go from there. So now, at the beginning of the video, the question I posed was, well, is it too early or is it too late, right? Is it too late to buy Truebit? And my short of the answer was no. And I'll tell you why that is and why I believe that. Because where else? It's the risk reward. Maybe the largest gains are starting to get, a little away. But from a risk perspective, I mean, where else are you going to put, any current or future money that has this type of potential with this type of outlook? And if you can't find anything else that meets kind of that profile and that risk adjustment, maybe you want to still, add some more and pack up your bags. If you do find something, maybe you want to diversify. We've talked about diversification a lot. Diversification, is kind of one of those pinnacle principles. And so, maybe there are other opportunities, and believe me, there's a lot of opportunities out there. A lot of them, especially now and in the future. So, I've been asking myself, like, okay, what do I think? Like maybe even in this run. Let's say let's just be conservative, and let's say, a 10x from here, 2.5 billion, I think would be very, very small for a project like Truebit. But, that seems small because Truebit's really only gone, let's say, 4x. So you're saying that the whole thing is only going 40x this go around? Seems kind of tiny for me. So what if we did 100x? From here, then you're looking at a total bull run on this, maybe 400. Maybe that's more in the cards. But at some point there probably becomes a price point where I'm not saying to myself, don't add any more, because I think the risk reward certainly makes sense. But I think from a perspective of like comparing your opportunity cost, right? What's opportunity cost? Well, where else could you move, or could you put your funds and diversify to potentially earn some greater rewards while at the same time maintaining or lowering your risk? And again, risk is all, nobody's got a magic wand for risk. So risk is all perceived, in And that's, that's why you got to do your own research. But anyways, guys, I'm going to shut this video off. I hope that you're enjoying these videos on Truebit. I hope that they're helping you just kind of think about, at least getting my head and I'm just sharing my perspective. I'm just one guy, shared his thoughts about Truebit for a few months here. Well, a lot of times while I'm driving. I think it's a great project. I think it's solves one of the biggest pain points, or is potentially going to solve one of the biggest pain points in blockchain and crypto that we see today. So it seems like a very, very solid play. And I think it's something that, I see some longevity with. So, we'll have to wait and see what happens. Hopefully, in a few months, we'll be in a different spot. Hopefully people that are, here now and watching this now, hopefully we are, making some gains and but the conversation certainly changes, in my opinion, as we move further and further and further in the future. But all in all be told, I believe that we're super early overall on this project. I don't even think that the train really has left the station, but I do think that a few people have got some tickets and packed their bags. So for what that's worth, I hope some of this content helps you. And we'll talk again, my friends. I think that's all I have to say. And in the meantime, Truebit.